Any woman that you choose to deal with, her money should be no good with you if you're 100% man. You pay everything. Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give the women I deal with, they know I don't care what you do.
I don't think my relationship standards are that difficult to understand. Like, I'm a woman, so I want to be taken care of, obviously. But also, you're going to have to understand that I'm the boss. But if I'm the boss and you're still taking care of me, it's like, do you have a spine? But then if you try to grow a spine and stand up to me, who do you think you're talking to?
I definitely made the wrong decision.
Do you want Jacob back?
Yeah.
Jacob, she wants you back.
What happened?
Do you accept her? She regrets
what?
her
She wants
choice.
me back? I'll take sloppy seconds, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not this, yo. I'm good. No, what? Sloppy seconds, me? It could never. I could never. Whatever, degrade me like that again.
Where are all the good men? If you a good man, please step to the front. And if you wondering about us good women, we're around. I mean, we probably at home. We'll come out, do what we got to do. We mind our own business, and then we right back at home. So if you happen to run into one of us good women, you better think fast, okay? Because it might be a missed opportunity.
Brothers are paying child support on a kid that they don't even see. And you think that men are excited about marriage? They have to pay for a house that they don't even live in. You think men are excited about commitment?
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman. I'm tired. I'm tired of being out here in these streets. I want to be in a little cocoon of comfort, of like a warm, fuzzy blanket and some fuzzy socks and a warm tea, and have someone come and take care of me. Is that too much to ask?
Nothing pisses me off more than when a man that looks like the on the bottom of my shoe is like, hey, can I take you out? Now, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I know I ain't ugly. Where the did you get that idea that I would actually go out with you?
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
If I was a woman, I would be disgusted with men today because none of them can lead and they're all pussies and none of them want to work. They bitch and complain that the women are not a certain way and they have no work ethic. If they are not getting paid millions of dollars, they're like, I don't want to do anything. It's not worth my time. You have nothing to offer the world. Women aren't the problem. Boys are the problem. If she is leading, it is because you are too much of a to lead. She is not in her feminine anymore. She's in her masculine because her man is feminine. Be the fucking man and lead from the front. Stop acting like a baby boy.
I'm sure what modern women are thinking that men are supposed to do. If you tell a man you don't need him, if you tell a man he's not important, if you tell a man that, he's a loser and he's a sissy and he's gay and all that stuff, why do you think that he would continue to hang around you?
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. We're the good man that like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at Equinox. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. Your pretty face ain't gonna go too far because everybody's pretty. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to be born pretty or wake up pretty. But when you leave your house, you're gonna be pretty. So everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. So there is plenty of good men. I am not rare in that way. I am rare in the way that I'm probably one of the only few good men that you have a close relationship to. But there's plenty good men. There's plenty good men. They just don't want you.
Black men in New York, they're very questionable. Once a black woman gets to the point where they date a white man, it's because she's had it up to here with black men.
I can agree.
So what you mean they questionable though? Then?
Cheaters, I guess because
Bobby don't
of
cheat?
how these,
Billy and Bobby don't cheat?
Billy and Bobby got a bag.
I'd rather cry in the Rolls Royce. I don't give a it is what it is.
Rich, then you guys will accept.
To an extent.
But it makes it better. We talking about money, right? So she's dated rich black men. And what do rich black men do?
Y'all just said if the white man did it, it was okay.
Because he white, who give a
About the quality of man.
At some point in time, modern women are going to realize that their choices have consequences. Sure, you out there getting the bag and you're doing your thing, but some of your choices have consequences, and you have to deal with those consequences on your own. Not a man fixing them. Deal with those consequences on your own.
Y'all know what sucks about dating as a 28-year-old? Realizing they're a great person, but they're not your person. And I feel like we realize this fairly early on, but a lot of us just refuse to admit it. Because, like, it's sad. It's like you meet a fantastic human being, they check every box, they're not your person, and you can just tell. I feel like that has been like the epitome of my dating life for the past 2 years. I am meeting these fantastic human beings because I'm a very picky person myself about the type of person I'm going to spend time with. But they end up not being my person. There's something that's just not there checking a box. And it sucks and it's sad. And it makes it that much harder to break up with that person, but even if it's the right thing to do. But you know, it's just how it's been lately, and it sucks.
She asked, though, why does a man treat her like a trophy? You gonna be dumb enough to deal with me while I'm still sleeping in the same bed with my old lady, and I still have a child. This woman knew how many rooms he had up in the house. She been scoping. I'm gonna flex my status to my boys. I'm gonna let my boys know I still got it. I got this woman esteem in my hand. This all about status. We the ones who gotta be smart enough to stop dealing with a dude. I keep saying this to my women. Stop allowing these men to hold your self-esteem and your self-worth in their hands. They be dragging you by that. I am not gonna be dealing with no man who is cohabitating with nobody. That girl like the allowance that she getting. She getting $75 a week so she get to fill up her gas tank.
$75. She being primed as a side piece, bro.
Yeah, she being primed. I agree with Lance.
Yeah, and he can always circle back and be like, you knew what it was. I took you to my crib where my baby mama stay. You know my situation and you still was there.
Come on, Lance.
That is, Lance. Call it like it is.
A lot of these modern women like to mock. They like to degrade, insult, challenge, shame a man, his masculinity, his values, and then they wonder why men are opting out of dating. You don't really like that man. You just like the attention.
What's going on? Somebody tell me, son. Y'all want to know what the problem is nowadays? The men don't yearn no more. Like, oh my God, it's like starting to, it's really getting annoying. Like, I need my man yearning. I need him to be outside of my window, outside my house, like, oh my, oh my. Like, I want you sending me thousands of text messages while I'm not texting back. Everybody want to be nonchalant. Everybody want to be like, oh, I'm the last to send a text. Oh, I'm mad. Like, why do the men want to be the women? Like, I'm so confused. The women are the one who's yearning more than the men nowadays. The women are chasing the men. The women are double texting the men. The women are taking care of the men. Like, and I'm all for building with your partner, building with your man. Man, y'all better go back and listen to the old school music. Go back and listen to some Joe. Son. Y'all gonna have to tell me, son, what's going on? Somebody tell me, son.
If a lot of these singles events would really look inward, or these events where men don't show up and look inward and say, you know what, maybe we should start listening to what men are saying about dating in society and modern women, or not even modern women, just their experience. If we'll start listening to it, maybe we can get one or two of them to come back.
Men with self-worth are so aggravating. Like, oh my God, okay, you're emotionally stable and healed. Like, oh my God, it's so strict. It's so strict for no reason. Like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Where the dudes with the mommy issues that like just be trying to conform to each relationship that don't have no identity? Like, y'all be so fun. These new dudes nowadays, they just so got it together and stuff. Like, what you mean you got boundaries? Like, oh my gosh, so aggravating. You see how crazy that sounds? That's how we sound, women. And I know, look, the whole girl thing, I get all that, but let's take accountability. We say we want a man to do this and do that, but when we get it, we start complaining because we're used to toxicity.
Like, let's chill. Let's chill. They're not sassy. They're not punks. They're not none of that. They're just healed versions of themselves. They went through the work. They know their worth. You would want that in your future spouse. So just vibe.
You have a lot of brothers that are steady. They show up, they plan everything. And yet these modern women are still complaining. You know, and they complain and they complain and they nag and they nag. And once a man stops answering, once a man stops, man loses interest, honestly. Then all of a sudden it's, oh man, oh God, he just fell out of love with me. The relationship, how could it even come to this?
What's going on here?
You don't tell me what the f to do no more, bro. Fuck no. Look at this crazy. Stop! Stop! I'll be chill the fuck out, bro. Bro, what the fuck? Really, bro? Really?
Business, okay?
Chill! Chill, bro. Chill, bro. How you chill? Chill, bro. Chill the fuck out, bro. Really? Chill, bro. Get away. Get off me, bro. Get off me, bro. Chill.
You guys can stay away from this guy.
What do you mean? Oh my God.
And you know, there's a lot of women out there that complain about, you know, the bystander effect in men and how men don't really help out anymore. But it's not really a man's responsibility. But the way that you guys talk, and the way that you guys act, a man doesn't really have any influence. So why am I going to be paying for something that I didn't create? Why am I going to be solving a problem that I didn't get myself into? I can help out here and there, but I'm not your security.
I'm going to make this clear for everyone.
Oh, goody. Another woman talking about the supposed male loneliness epidemic and how bad it really is.
Male loneliness epidemic. Hi.
Is it really? Then why aren't more men talking about it? If it was as bad as a lot of women seem to think that it is, then a person would imagine that it would be brought up more by men. But it's not.
Female loneliness epidemic. 0. Why?
Yes, why? Because from what I have seen, that really isn't what's actually going on.
You make us feel lonely. We don't feel lonely alone.
Now, that's not entirely true. Now is it? If it was, then there wouldn't be so many women asking the question of where do they find a good man. But there are a lot of lonely individuals out there, both men as well as women. But from what I have seen, a lot of men handle being single a lot better than some women do. So I think some women have actually tried to convince themselves that men are just as miserable as some of them are.
This is how you approach women out in public. Like, so I was out on a walk in San Francisco. A guy came up to me and essentially he was, hey, you're really beautiful. Like, are you a model? I'm so sorry if you see this, but I actually thought it was so endearing and so sweet. Like, it plain old compliment. He was really kind. Yeah, that's just one easy way you can approach women. He asked me if he could get my Instagram. I gave him my Instagram. By the way, yes, I'm having skin issues. Don't judge me. But literally, guys, it's that easy. Sure, that guy has taken multiple shots at different women today. That is how you're supposed to do it. Don't over-index on one woman's reaction. I really think you should be approaching many women a day. If I was a guy, I'd be approaching multiple women a day. Some of you guys are scared of being labeled a creep, but as long as she has an escape route, you're good. My name is Domo. You've just been put on game. And if you want help in your dating life, and you need a sidekick on your side giving you support like me, AskDomo.ai is the solution for you. I built her brick by brick, and she will help you get your baddie. New York, I am coming for you in a few weeks to start the dating show with me and a couple friends. It's going to be keep your eyes out at Do We Like Him, where basically you come to see if you can find a date on stage.
Serious question, where are all the single unvaccinated people meeting each other these days? Because I feel like there's a lot of us on social media, but there's no one really in real life. and there's no one on like dating apps, and a lot of people are going to go, oh, you don't need to worry about that, or they're probably going to call me crazy and it doesn't matter and it's this and we're all vaccinated anyway and all that kind of crap. But it's about values. And I find so many men online that have similar values and similar beliefs to me and want, similar family upbringings, and they are aware of the food and the scamming of everything and all the stuff, But I never find them in real life, and I never find them on any like dating pages or apps or like whatever it is. So, single unvaccinated men, where are you? I feel like there's so many more females. I know so many females that are unvaccinated. Are we only like dating in our area as well? Because I just think that's silly. We need to like spread our wings, but I just don't know where you are. So if anyone knows how to find single unvaccinated men, let me know. Let me know, please. Thanks.
Got me hanging on. Why you gotta make me miss you so bad? Feeling like the best I ever had. I don't wanna fall in love, just gonna mess it up, but I know everything.
This is a genuine question for women that post dumb like this. And I mean this so respectfully. What makes you think that he is a good man if you can steal him? Good men cannot be stolen. Good men are loyal. Good men appreciate their wives. And they sure as hell are not going to be on the internet seeing posts like this, like, ooh, she looks like a great catch. I just don't understand this mentality, especially when so many women are like, oh, girls girl this and girls girl that, and oh my God, we support each other. But then why are there so many posts like this floating around on the internet? That's like a genuine question. And good men know when they have a good woman, and he will be able to spot this from a mile away and get as far away from you as he possibly can. So again, if you can steal him, then he probably wasn't a good man in the first place, and any woman will tell you that you can fucking keep him. Okay, bye.
If you constantly feel exhausted, like you're trying to control everything, you're go, 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 you're checking a bunch of things off your to-do list, this is a sign that you are living from your masculine energy. As humans, we have both masculine and feminine energies in us, and we need both. We are going to live more from one than the other, depending on certain times, but everybody typically feels drawn towards living in one versus the other. The feminine is all about being, existing, feeling, creating, and more importantly, receiving. It is open to receiving, whereas the masculine is giving. If you have been stuck in a state of stress for a really long period of time, it is more than likely that you're living in your masculine energy because the feminine does not feel safe. The feminine is soft, and to be soft feels unsafe. So this is your time to slow down and ask yourself how to soften. How can you support yourself? How can you make yourself feel safe? And it might be as simple as prioritizing pleasure and not just productivity. You don't have to do anything to be worthy. Make sure to follow for more energy content.
I only date marriage material. Not because I'm picky, but because I'm purposeful. I don't date for attention or validation. I date for alignment. And who I entertain impacts my peace, focus, and my future, so I take it serious. Chemistry fades, but character lasts. Leadership, consistency, emotional maturity, that's the fruits that I need. And I'm not just about to vibe with a situationship. I'm building towards partnership. I need a man who prays, who leads, who communicates, and treats me like an investment, not entertainment. Don't expect me to pour into what isn't rooted in purpose. I'm not rushing marriage in any way. I'm just intentional about the path, and how you date determines the love that you build. Random energy cannot interrupt divine alignment. Call it picky if you want. The real problem was being available to the wrong people, being nurturing to the wrong people. So I will wait for alignment and not settle for attention. The man that God has for me, he won't debate my standards. He will match them. And when he finds me, he will meet a woman who has already been preparing for the wife she prayed to become.
Stop now, later.
You gotta watch this.
Women are like the greatest gift from nature. Until you see yourself as whole and complete, you are not going to see the true beauty and gift of women. They want good, honest, well-intentioned men to show up and love and appreciate them just as they are. That's what allows their full potential to shine through. You got men who are masquerading as men who are still little boys because they've never looked at and faced themselves truly and felt the feelings and been confronted with the patterns and the fears and the insecurities that they've come up with. By never sitting and facing it, we run from it. And what's the way to run from it? You follow the concept of the material world, which is become more stronger, become more successful, gain more things. And if you're weak and small on the inside but on the outside want to look big and strong, you're going to go out there and you're going to hurt women, you're going to betray women. We as men should be like, wow, they're our divine gift from God. Let's protect them, all of them, not just the one we love. And let's can call out that bro who's treating that one the way she shouldn't be treated. But I feel in order to come to understand that, you got to be willing to face it, man. You got to be honest with yourself, see things about yourself and your experiences and life that you can now let go of.
If you want to be spiritually encouraged, then follow and subscribe for more content just like this.
Can I just talk about how, on average, I'm opening the door for men more than they open the door for me?
Apparently, that's a problem. Otherwise, we wouldn't be hearing about it.
I knew that chivalry, but I didn't know that. I didn't know it was like this.
Like what? Being treated as an equal instead of a delicate, helpless woman that can't do anything for herself?
I don't mind being kind to men, opening the door for them, yeah. But it's just a little off-putting when it's 3 out of 5 times I'm opening the door for a man and he's just going right through.
Well, a lot of women do that to men. They go right through the door and don't even say thank you. But yet somehow women are offended when they're treated in the same way.
You feel like a man after that? Me personally, I wouldn't feel like a man after that. I'd feel like a bitch.
It's rather ironic that when some women want to try to insult men, they usually end up referring to them by a term that was normally used to try to insult women, insinuating that they are feminine. Anyone else see the irony there?
And do you have any respect for yourselves? You guys, on average, guys, I'm really out here opening doors for men more than they're opening for me. We're talking about men. We're talking about grown men, weird men, okay? Me, little lady, opening the door for you 3 out of 5 times is kind of weird.
Interesting. And that goes right along with a little trend that I've been noticing, that some women really despise gender roles, except when it comes to men. They think that men apparently should stay in certain gender roles, but that it doesn't apply to women. Except, of course, when it benefits them.
Conservatives don't like DEI in the workforce, but they're totally okay with it in relationships. They argue against assigning roles based on identity and gender and race, but they still expect genders to determine roles in relationships. Now, you all know that I hate the rigid gender roles. I believe that shared responsibility in marriages and relationships should be based on ability, capacity, and agreement. Because a lot of people don't want roles assigned to them based on their gender and enforced through control, pressure, and entitlement. Because healthy relationships don't say, since you're a woman, you need to submit. And since you're a man, you have to lead. No, they say, what are we each good at? What do we enjoy? How do we support each other fairly? Because that's balance and that's merit. And traditional gender roles were never about balance. They were about power and limitation. Women did not freely choose that role. They were socially and legally boxed into that role. And now that women have autonomy, relationship roles have to be negotiated, not assigned. There should be mutual respect, shared decision-making, emotional maturity on both sides, flexibility in your roles, and no one person having authority over another. Now, if a couple chooses the dynamic where one person leads and one follows the whole time, that's fine because the key word is choice. So you absolutely can have equality and balance. You just can't have equality and control disguised as tradition.
I uploaded a video talking about the fact that men should stop pursuing women that they can't keep up with, and that if a man deems a woman as materialistic and then continues to pursue her, that makes zero sense. Now a man, of course, always a man, commented on my video and he said, it's always the black ones. Now, I'd like to preface that he is referencing the colour of my skin and that as a black woman, I shouldn't be talking on this topic. Now, I was hoping and I was guessing that this comment came from somebody who wasn't black, because that's the only way it would make sense. However, lo and behold, you are a black man. Now, since you're a black man, I can only assume that your mum is black. And if you have a sister, she's also black. And your dad, yeah, probably black, which means you are projecting. And since you're projecting, I can only assume that you hate yourself, because it makes no sense for a black man to comment on a black woman's post saying it's always the black ones. Now, what I find most interesting in your content amongst your outfit of the days is there are multiple Bible verses. It's always them ones. Now, since you are a man of God, supposedly, if we open our Bibles and we flip to Luke 6, verse 45, it says, "For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of." Now, since you've taken it upon yourself to leave hate on my page, I can only assume that you have hate in your heart. Now, the good thing is that today is Sunday, and you are most definitely going to see the video today, because I'm going to tag you. But there's still time to go to church and to fill your heart with the Holy Spirit, instead of spewing hate on women's pages. Now, let's make sure that our actions are glorifying God, and that as a black man, we are not hating on other black women, because not only does that make no sense, but it is entirely unwarranted. Have a good day, sir.
Signs that he doesn't miss you and he has actually already moved on. I'm only telling you this because I don't want you to waste your time on a guy that's playing games and doesn't actually want to be with you. If you haven't heard from this guy in weeks/months, this guy does not care about you. He is probably dating someone else. And even if he comes back and says, "Oh, I was thinking about you, this, that, and the third," no, he wasn't. The girl that he was talking to just isn't available anymore, or is not to his liking. So he's moved on and trying to basically have that revolving door. He will keep coming in and out of your life at this point just because he can, and he knows that he can. Don't mistake that for him actually liking you or him having feelings for you. 2, if you go silent and this guy never contacts you ever again, it seems like it didn't even faze him. Trust me, guys that like women, they will reach out. They will try to communicate with you when you go silent. When you stop putting in all the effort, trust me, they start chasing you. That is how you truly know if a man actually likes you, if he starts chasing you after you're the one that stopped putting in all the work. And the last one, if this guy is sitting here telling you that he needs time to figure out what he wants, this guy doesn't like you. He's moving on. You're just going to be a backup plan, and you'll forever be a backup plan because he will never choose you actually first. If you're a woman and you're trying to decipher if this guy likes you or not, go read my new ebook, The Power of Silence. It will teach you how to know if a man likes you when you go silent, how to detach from this man when you go silent, and how to know if he is actually wasting your time. It's helped hundreds of women already. Go snag it now.
I think for modern women, they don't realize that, the moment a man stops trying after years of being unappreciated, that'll be your fault. That's something that you did. Because that man, some of these men be trying for literal years. I think there was one man, he had been trying to hit this woman up for like 5 years. I think I want to say something like that. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I really didn't like him, and I finally did X, Y, and Z." I was like, dang. It took you 5 years to realize, hey, maybe I do want him. And y'all are mature? Interesting.